Welcome back to another VOD review where today we are going over a fan's VOD who's been stuck in Diamond for some time now. We'll be looking at what he can do better and what common mistakes he can fix to improve his gameplay. First, I will kindly ask that you like the video, subscribe, and join the community Discord. But before I tell you what can be improved in each clip, I'm going to play with none of my own input and I want you to try to see what can be critiqued. On round 1, if you want to make an Omen TP play, you should do it to advance onto site, not somewhere like we just saw. Omen should have TP'd to Gen or Dice, not up there where he's vulnerable to Heaven, Dice, and Gen all at the same time. Also, because Omen had a classic, teleporting there puts him at a gun disadvantage as he's going further away from any enemies, and if you have a classic you should try to get closer. Omen also forgot to smoke Heaven, which would have made taking site easier. Smokes are the most important piece of utility in the game and should be utilized to the max.
Spike down mid.
Reloading.
After two of Omen's teammates get classicked in mid, Omen and his teammates should have fought Sage. Knowing Sage is stuck in that corner on Cat, Omen should have held and waited for KO to come closer and then they rush her together. Running away and planting allows her to heal and grab a gun. In a situation where you have the advantage, you don't want to allow Sage to do what she wants, you have to pressure her. It would have been a good idea to run away and plant if your team was on an eco and Sage had a rifle, but because it's an anti-eco, it's not a good idea. Although it was good that Omen and KO played together in CT to not give the Sage the opportunity to isolate them and get two 1v1s. They had the wrong approach but played it correctly.
Spike down A.
That Phoenix wall is essentially another smoke on A main for defenders. It cuts sight in half and allows the defenders to play around the wall. As Omen and KO come out of A main together and go towards the wooden box, they will have to clear to their left near switch again once that Phoenix wall comes down, taking their focus away from sight and Heaven. That wall is essentially like putting down a random smoke on sight as you hit it. This will only help the defender. A Phoenix wall functions like a smoke, and so you need to use it in a way that will benefit your team. Unfortunately, because it is so long, it can often cause more harm to your team than enemies, so it is best used to get out of a corner, to heal, or to smoke something off like a door when you're already on site.
Shadows traveling.
Last player standing.
The biggest problem with how Omen and KO played this was that they split up. KO played on site to fight, and Omen went spawn to try to stall and play for time. These two don't work together when they're both done at the same time. If they both played on site to fight, that would have been a good play, and if they both played spawn or stairs area to stall, that would have also been a great option. But when they split up with two different agendas, they give Killjoy two 1v1s in which neither KO nor Omen are helping each other. Remember, teamwork makes the dream work. Comp to your teammates and coordinate how to close out rounds.
Cover going out. Cover going out.
Spike down B. 30 30 seconds left. One enemy remaining. Last player standing.
Stay in sight. Cover going out. I have the spike.
10 seconds left.
Going out.
This smoke is beneficial for the enemy team. It gives them space to play with and it limits how far your team can walk up cat. With that smoke, an enemy playing tree can walk into the cubby on cat or even into the smoke and line up you or your teammates on cat. We actually see that happen this round with the enemy Omen walking into the smoke and sitting next to the box as to not be seen by tiles or mid and getting a pick on Reyna. Reyna was hesitant of that smoke and didn't go into it because she knew that someone could be in it. There are two smokes you should do to block off enemy vision onto cat or mid. The first one is here, which allows them to walk to and fro the cubby, but they can't peek out. This allows your team to walk up mid freely and only focus on bottom mid. You should have one person holding the smoke though. The second one is here, and you should only do it if you know no one can be cubby and you want to advance up cat without making any noise. This one should be done scarcely, and you should mostly do the first one as it is the safest if you aren't only going cat. This Phoenix wall is not as bad as the first one we saw on A site because it actually does block off a few key points the defenders can be holding from. It blocks off CT and stairs, and it doesn't actually go onto the B site, which is a key point we need to talk about. It's the same way that controllers are meant to smoke places not on site, like heaven and door on A, but not the actual site itself. You want the site to be clear of smokes to allow your team to not have any trouble clearing it, and there be no sneaky players sitting in smokes. After cutting it down to a 1v1, Omen plants in a very bad spot for him. It's very close to the corner and allows Killjoy to see his elbow. He's not safe at all, and she could walk up and get the jump on Omen at any time.
One enemy remaining. Last player standing.
Two 2v1s are very easy to win, but also very easy to throw, because one kill is 50% of the enemy's job. That's why you always need to stay poised when against a clutch attempt. If Omen just stayed back sight and watched lane, and Killjoy watched stairs, this would be an easy win. Running at the guy is throwing it away, and for what? One kill? Round wins are far more important than kills. I'd rather go 5 and 20 and win than 20 and 5 and lose. Also, I have no gosh darn diggity clue what Killjoy was doing there, but she completely threw the round. Clutches are always losable, remember that.
10 seconds left.
Baiting is something a lot of people don't know how to do properly, and even in my rank sometimes people mess it up. Baiting is getting the enemy's focus onto you without dying. It is jiggling, shooting, and making noise so all eyes are on you to allow your teammate to try to get a frag. But people obviously know what baiting is, so the hard part is knowing when to actually peek and fight. Letting your teammate die and saying, "But I baited for you, you're just trash," isn't doing it properly. You can bait and also get the kill. It's a two-way street. Your baits can actually turn someone's attention away from you if they know you're baiting for someone. The hard part is knowing when to bait and when to fight. It's a case-by-case basis, and you need to talk to your teammates and see what your teammate and the enemy are doing.
Spike planted.
Cover going out.
One enemy remaining.
When you have positioning in somewhere like A main, if the attackers are coming from cat, you can smoke yourself off to make enemies think no one is there. This is often highly effective, but in cases like these where you don't hear many enemies, sometimes it may be best to just peek out and get the kill like Omen did. Mind games are your friend, especially if you're an agent with a flash like Skye, Phoenix, or KO. You can ask your controller to smoke off the flank and you can flash out of it.
Spike down A. One enemy remaining. Defenders win.
This is great poise in knowing your KO has first contact and that you don't need to peek. Many of my teammates, and I'm sure yours as well, could learn from this and not peek when not necessary. Waiting for KO to fight first and peek off him is textbook Valorant. Because they know you're heaven and you don't have a good gun, just wait for the right opportunity. A beautiful slow-mo finisher to end the game and the video. I hope you enjoyed and learned something. If you did, please like, subscribe, and have a good day. If you want to submit your own VOD to be reviewed, click the link in the description. Until next time, peace.